Okay, here we go. Good plastic, huh? You'd think so, but somebody took a little spill on it, and a little hard to see. Yeah, it has a crack. We've all got a crack. I was born with one, you were born with one. Some are useful and some are not, and this one's not. Oh, so in this stupidly hot shed, we'll have a go at trying to fix it. Where am I going to put you? So this is just the way I do it. This is the way I found to work. It's cheap, it's fairly easy, it's quick. I'm not building show winners, I'm building bikes to make people smile. That's it. So what you're going to need is a plastic welding iron, some steel mesh, some filler material, some car bumper bar plastic filler. It's flexible, it works good. Maybe some plastic primer if we go through, some thinners, some primer filler, and your paint of choice. Mine's going to be satin black. Let's rock and roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up the crack because it's going to be a bit stressed. First thing I'm going to do is put a fresh battery in my thing. What's the name? Which is now somewhere else. So first thing I like to do is just open up the crack so that it can let the stresses out. And we can see somebody's had a go before because there's some filler in there. And a little bit further than the crack. And then we'll grab a small, and then we'll grab a small drill and we'll just drill the end of the crack. And that has terminated the crack, we hope. Yep, that's terminated the crack, and now it's got nowhere else to go. See, now that's a lot happier. Now the question we have to ask ourselves is, has this part come out or has that part come in? I'm going to say it's maybe a little bit of both. So our next step is we're going to have to soften that plastic up enough to get that to line up. Now, that doesn't really move. This part, that does. So through here, along that line there, that's where our crack has forced this plastic out, or when this was forced out it cracked the plastic. So the easiest way to do it is with a heat gun. I guess we're going to paint it. We don't care if we blister. It's probably going to blister the paint. I don't care because it's going to be painted anyway. It's got chips, it's got scratches. It's been pretty well looked after for a 2003, delivery scooter. Get some heat into there. Alright, that's already pliable. And that is back where it belongs. This is something to be aware of when you're welding plastic, that sometimes you actually go too far and you end up distorting something and you have to bring it back. So for my next step, we'll remove some paint. A little sanding wheel, nothing special, you can do it by hand. It's right back to the plastic. Let's try and do it in here as well. Get that screw out of the way. Right. And then I'm also going to make a little V shape in there to accept our filler. They could still come in just a little bit, but we'll do that as we repair it. A bit of foam comes in really handy. So the next step is we get a bit of a mesh and we just cut a little piece to fit over our crack. With your blunt shed scissors. Just a piece like that. And that'll fit. That'll fit over there just like that. And then we're going to push the heated tip of that welding iron over that. And that's going to actually melt that into the parent plastic. Okay, so that's roughly on there. And yeah, then it's just a simple matter of holding this onto that until that ABS plastic starts to melt. You can kind of push the part down onto something hard. Some people will use fiberglass resin, which works. The reason I like this is now, it's not just something stuck to it, it's actually part of it now. And once that's dry, once that cools, so that's really part of it now. And then we can concentrate on filling up this side. You could put some on there as well. I'm not going to this time. There's not a lot of stress on there. These kits come with various filler material, but I found it's best anytime you pull something off a vehicle that's made of ABS, hang on to it and use that as your filler. It's just a better quality and it's the perfect match. Hey, look at that. It's melted off there. You can slap it in. Don't let it get too hot that it distorts. You can actually melt that and smooth it off like back in the day with the lead wiping repairs. That goes on over that. Make sure it's all melted together. Okay, good. So even that bit there, we can reconstruct that. Get some of this on here. That should be fine, no one will notice that. And then we can come back to this side and somehow or other, it'd be nice to hold that up. There we go. I'm just going to let that cool down for a second. Mind your ears. Yeah. And that is strong. But flexible. And we just do the same thing on the inside. Smush it in. The inside can be a little rougher, a little thicker. So obviously you can't see it. Melt it right into there, so that you know it's part of it now. And you can let it sit for just a second if it's thick. Get it to melt in. And then you smooth it over like a bit of peanut butter toast. And I think that is going to be just fine once it sets. See how while it's still a little bit soft, I can manipulate it just a little bit. I might just put a little bit more just in that hollow there. That's right. Cool it down again. If you've got an air compressor, it's handy. If not, just wait. Wet your back neck, as they say. The more of this I fit in there, the less filler I'm going to have to put in. Hey, what do you reckon? So that is what I would call a functional repair. It's not the prettiest, but if you had to get back on the road, you could spray that with a bit of aerosol, call it done. Magic. Check it out. Now that. Where'd it break there? There. Perfect. Perfect every time. 60% of the time. Next step is give it a quick sand.
Slightly more, maybe do it.
Rough that out with the power sander, and then okay, and then we'll finish it by hand. Another nice piece of 80 grit. This is Norton sandpaper. I hopefully get supplied by them. Thank you guys. Thank you both. I don't get paid, I just get sent this because I've got a connection. There we go. It's not the easiest thing to sand, I tell you. You just sand until nothing's higher than anything else. We're not worried about low spots, we're more worried about high spots. That one there. The other thing to be aware of, the actual plastic of the bike seems to sand faster than what you've melted. So just be aware of that. It can catch you out. Try and concentrate on the bit that you filled first and blend it out slowly. That's actually pretty acceptable. And then I'll just come back, I'll scuff this up a bit. We're going to ask that filler to stick to it. Give that a key. Keying means just scratching it up so that the filler has something to latch onto. And yeah, look, you probably already know that, and it's probably, oh, who doesn't know that? Someone doesn't know that. Someone isn't a repair nerd and doesn't know everything yet. And that's why I'm here. Now shut up. Yeah, I think a little skim of that on that will be fine. So, what we need to do is get this container open. Knock a bit of air out of your tube and knead it like you need it. You know when you cross in front of traffic, when we're coming along and there's a pedestrian crossing and you come out and I stop, you can lift your knees, put an effort in. I'm the guy that always stops. You need to give me a little wave and you need to lift your knees. Next time, I might not. I might speed up. Now, I need a mixing board. That. Dirty old mixing board. Let's clean it up with some good old brake cleaner. Clean rag. There you go. We're not going to need much, obviously. It's only got a tiny repair. We don't have a spatula. Oh, this might work. That'll work. up a bit because it's separated, sitting in the heat. Like that. That'll be fine. Blob of that, or a big blob, whatever you like. A little bit of hardener, that should be more than enough. It's already hardening, can you believe it? And just get that in there. A little bit more than you need. Alright. Perfect. I think that's going to work just fine. And that will be dry in 15-20 minutes. Okay, so I've left this for ages and it's still not set, so I think I've mixed it a little bit lean. Seems I mixed not enough hardener, or I didn't mix it well enough. It's a very difficult product to use because you can't, it doesn't change colour. Oh, hang on. Maybe it's alright. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think I will do it again, but it's not so bad. That's just a razor blade. Maybe not. Let's see. So that's a bit of 240. Let's see how that goes. So that's pretty good. Just pop that on a foam block so we get a little bit of flexibility. Hard and flexible, two things I'm not. So you're right, yeah. No, sometimes I'll stick my head in the way. Some 180 might have been better. This is working. A bit more coarse on that end. Feather that bit better. I'm going to use high fill primer. It's going to fill in a lot of the scratches for me. Even if I need to do a couple of coats, I'm alright with that. Move it down a bit. No, you don't get my head in the way. There you go. Filming yourself is surprisingly much more difficult. I film other people all the time in my real job as a videographer. Doing yourself with YouTube is a whole different discipline. You know what? That's actually not too bad. Now we can go through, find all like the heavy scratches and just knock them down. Just like that. We'll get that out later, might need to warm it up. There's a big chip here. Feather that out. There's an amazing red underneath. Reminds me of that red that's on the new Mazdas. That one that lights up when the sun hits it. There you go. I won't be mad if you like this video. Also won't be mad if you save it. Also won't be mad if you comment. I don't even care if you comment something nasty. I don't care. I don't know you. Do what you want. Something you learn when you get older. Other people's opinion of you is none of your business. You might think I'm the biggest idiot in the world, whatever. The feeling might be mutual. It's not a whole lot of effort for a cheap scooter, isn't it? We may put a little bit of filler in that one. What else have we got? Here. Chipped. We've got anything in between 80 and 240. 180. There we go. See how that now is not a hard edge. Then we'll come back and finish it off a bit better. And now once that gets primed and flattened, you'll never know. It will essentially disappear. And especially since most of it's going to be satin black. I don't have to be really fussy. Now I'm going to try and get this sticker off. Before I do that, I'm going to photograph it so I can remember where it goes. It's not the nicest looking thing. I reckon if I give that a little bit of heat, give that a little bit of heat, it should just peel off. Or not. Oh, I see. Okay. It's a gooey, rubberized stuff over the top of a chrome sticker. BGB love the chrome. 2003. Trying to get that shine down. Oh, let's get that little wipe off and see what we got. Still not enough. We'll leave that for now. It's just too hot. I'm going to pass out. But that's ready for primer. There it's blown through. We might put a little bit of adhesion promoter, that plastic primer stuff. Don't always need it. I reckon that's going to come up a treat. Alright, talk to you soon. I've got to go and battle the electrics. The electrics are actually kicking my butt. I'm not going to film it because I'm just fixing one problem after the other and finding another problem and working out. I'm probably going to rewire a whole heap of stuff. I'll just show you at the end. Ciao, talk soon. Be good to your mum, or else.